dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, friends, family, staff, guests, and of course, the class of 2020. I would like to welcome you all to the 83rd graduation ceremony of Poultney High School. It is an honor and a privilege to stand here as the principal of this wonderful school. Before we begin this ceremony, I would like to give a shout out to the class of 1970, who we would normally invite here to celebrate their 50th reunion, but for obvious reasons, they were not able to be here for their golden reunion this year. I would also like to recognize one of our long-term teachers that has been retiring this year, Miss Linda Paquette. Linda, thank you for your many years of service and dedications to the students of Poultney High School. We will miss you. All right, here we are. I'll admit this has been one of the most stressful preludes to a graduation I've ever had. We all know this is not the ideal situation, but at least we're outside, even though it's windy, and our students will be walking across the stage to receive their diplomas, unlike many of their peers around the state and the country. There are so many people today that helped plan and put together this ceremony. I would be up here a lot longer if I were to mention them all. You know who you are, and we appreciate all the hard work that you've done for the class of 2020. I mean, who'd have thought we would be here where we are today? I was thinking about all of you, this group of students. You were born into a world of chaos. My son's Jake due date was September 11th, 2001, a day that lives in infamy. Of course, being my son, he was late, one of the many traits he got from his old man. But as parents, we brought you into a world that was of uncertainty, a world where people were trying to comprehend what had happened in this country. And now, as you 29 students transition into adulthood, the world is again in chaos, with an unprecedented worldwide pandemic and social unrest in our country. These last few months, I've heard a lot of people say how you guys seniors have missed out on a lot, and yet here you are. However, being an optimist, I want you to remember all the things that you did do while you were here at Poultney High School. Remember all of your concerts, your plays, the dances, and all the fun times you had in the halls during the regular school day. Remember all the games and competitions that you attended and participated in. Remember the trip to the 9/11 Memorial where we walked through New York City in a monsoon storm, getting soaked. Remember going to Boston and seeing Hamilton. To the boys on the football team, you ended your career with a win. Not many people can say that. And like I told Jake, how many baseball players can say they went from never winning a game their freshman year to going undefeated in their senior year? Every class is unique, but this class holds a special place in my heart. Not only because my son is graduating, but I've watched many of you grow up since preschool, kindergarten, and coached many of you, starting with T-ball on that field right over there. You running around in those black shirts and definitely not practicing social distancing when the ball was hit. The parents called you little bees because you were always buzzing around the ball, running into each other. I have been involved with many of your entire lives, not just the past 6 years. I'm sad that we not get to spend the last 3 months of your high school career together, but I'm glad that we were able to come together here today to welcome you into becoming Poultney High School alumni. Because this class is so personal to me, I really had a hard time writing this speech. I'm supposed to be up here giving you words of wisdom to go out to the world with, but I'm at a loss for words. And you all know me by now, that me being a loss of words means something. But I was talking with someone last night, and they told me to go into coaching mode to send you off into the real world. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So with my apologies to my hogs out there who've heard this every Saturday in the fall, here's my parallel of being successful on the field and being successful in life. Set the tone. First play of the game. Make one heck of a first impression. Just because you come from little old Poultney High School does not mean you can make a huge impression on this world. Whatever you do it with confidence and know that you belong there. Never, ever feel inferior. Games are not won on Saturday, they're won during the week. It's the hard work and preparation that you do during the week that makes the games on Saturday successful. Put in the time, do your homework, and be prepared for all the different scenarios that may occur. You can never be over-prepared for whatever you do in life. This also helps with your confidence. If you make a mistake, make it at 100%. Go all in and do not hesitate. Don't stop and feel sorry for yourself. Buckle up your chin strap and get ready for the next play. If you mess up, learn from your mistake and move on. We all make mistakes, but how we react and learn from them is what matters. Play the whistle. In other words, don't give up. Keep going until the end. If you stop because you think it's over, then it's over. I would tell my linemen, don't be happy with the initial block. Don't be satisfied with your first accomplishment. There's always more you can do. Realize your potential. Don't put limits on yourself. Be the first in the end zone to celebrate with your teammates. It's a well-known fact. Linemen do not like to run. However, when you get it back on a breakaway like DePel did in the Woodstock playoff game, those boys are booking it down the field. In any relationship or group, when one of you succeeds, you all succeed. Just because you may not get the recognition, you know that you helped them and you should be happy for them. Whether it's a personal relationship, work, whatever, you are only good as the others you are with. You are not in this alone. You will always need others. So class of 2020, congratulations on making it and good luck. Get out and set the tone for your life. Set the tone for this world. You may have been born into chaos. You may be graduating during chaos, but you are the generation who rightens the ship. You will be the ones who bring calm to the chaos. You are our future, and our future will be brighter and better because of you. I am so proud of each and every one of you. Love you all, and I will miss you after you are gone. But I know you will make a huge difference in this world. So class of 2020, make it a great life or not, that choice is yours. Congratulations. I would now like to introduce Brigadier General retired Matt Mccoy. He earned a bachelor's degree in the U.S. Army Officers Commission at the University of Connecticut and later a master's degree at the U.S. Army War College. General Mccoy first served as a lieutenant in active duty at Fort Hood, Texas, and after leaving active duty, he served as an officer in the Vermont Army National Guard for many years. General McCoy's decorations include the Legion of Merit, the Military Service Medal, the Army Commendation Medal, and for service in Afghanistan, the Bronze Star Medal and Combat Action Badge. General McCoy has been a resident of Poultney for 41 years and was a retiree from Central Vermont Public Service and Green Mountain Power. After retiring, General McCoy hiked through the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine and later bicycled solo and unsupported from the Pacific to the Atlantic. All three of General McCoy's daughters are Poultney High School graduates, classes of 2000, 2004, and 2008. His wife Patricia was a longtime Poultney Town Clerk and Treasurer and is currently the Vermont State Representative for the towns of Ira and Poultney. Ladies and gentlemen, Class of 2020, I give you General Mccoy.
So if there was a high school graduation scene in the movie Cars, it would look just like this. Good evening to Poultney High School's graduation candidates and their parents, family, and friends. It's an honor to be asked to briefly speak at your uniquely historic high school graduation tonight. When reflecting on my long military career, I realized how much fun it was to serve with so many young soldiers just out of high school and just starting their lives, in my role as a teacher and coach. To each generation, challenges are presented, adapted to, and overcome. Each of you will have contributions that enable your generation's adaptation and success. Although in the present, it's far from evident to you how you will contribute. For instance, this evening, some of you may feel that although graduation is only minutes away, you really don't know anything. Or at least you don't know anything useful. If your parents knew you felt this way, they would be astonished, because you spent your entire teenage years convincing them that you know everything. However, in reality, your parents know that you don't know everything. On the other hand, your grandparents think you're the smartest thing to ever have a wall locker at Poultney High School. God bless the grandparents and their experience and wisdom, because even with their diminished eyesight, they're the ones who most clearly and confidently and instinctively understand your promise and potential as a solution to the future, no matter how different the future may look from the present. Some of you may unexpectedly feel lonely. Graduates are often encouraged to forge their own path and to go their own way, which can seem like lonely and daunting advice to a 17 and 18-year-old. In time, your own path and your own way will come. But it doesn't mean you must find your way alone. Nothing makes an older person feel more useful than when a young person steps up, looks them right in the eyes, shakes their hand, and asks them for advice or help. In that moment, nothing is a clearer indicator that your parents, your teachers, and your coaches transformed you from a child to a young adult. And in that moment, nothing is a clearer indicator that Poultney High School did its job, even though science and math may still be a little mysterious to some of you. In conclusion, I would like to acknowledge and validate all the bittersweet feelings here tonight. Parents are a little misty-eyed, especially the mothers. Your mothers cried during your first day of kindergarten, which seems like just yesterday to your mom and dad. And tonight, they are a little misty-eyed and proud of you on your very last day of school. They're near graduates. The bittersweet feelings are knowing in your heart and mind that it's time to leave Poultney High School. but also knowing how much you are dearly going to miss your favorite teachers, your favorite coaches, your favorite classmates, and your favorite teammates. Thank you for the honor and pleasure of speaking to you tonight, and congratulations to the class of 2020. And on your life's journeys, always remember where you came from. Thank you.
And now we'll hear from our salutatorian, Jacob Mcmahon.
I would first like to thank everyone in the community for the last 18 years of support. When they say it takes a village to raise a child, it's definitely true. Without support from teachers, parents, coaches, bosses, friends, family, and community members, I don't think I'd be the young man that I am today. Some special thank yous I'd like to give to my parents and family for the constant support no matter what I did. To Mr. Holloman for encouraging me to become who I want to be and for giving me a person to talk to on the rough days. To Mrs. Chandler for letting me tell her some pretty useless history facts. But I don't know if you're out here, Chandler, but I got one more for you. Last fact, and if you don't know, I'd tell her a fact every morning. The Manassas River in Bhutan is the largest river, and it stretches 243 miles. Thank you to all my coaches, Mr. DeBonis, Mr. Catman, Bob Clutie, Dan, for encouraging me to become a better young man on and off the court or field. Thank you to Mrs. Christensen for encouraging me to become a better artist and a better photographer, and to encourage me to try and become better in photography. I'd also like to give a special thank you to Mr. P for allowing me to come in the weight room every day and spend time with me, teaching me. And I'd like to thank all of my friends and classmates for making these years really special. I'd like to extend a congratulations to all of my classmates. I know it is not what we envisioned at all in September, but sudden change is just a facet of life. The change that we cause and endure will ultimately make us grow as a generation, but it will also define our generation. We have been able to adapt and unite through the COVID-19 pandemic, and we will face more challenges along the way. Some challenges I could not even begin to predict. But remember that you always have your community to support you. Whether it's a community of 1 or 100, someone will always be there and someone will always care. I must say this truly was an honor to get to be with all of you for the last 15 years. I don't know another community where we could have had something as special as we did tonight. There's some schools that don't even get to have a graduation this year, and for our community to come together and really unite and do something like this is truly special and truly is the embodiment of Poultney pride. To all of you, I wish you all good luck in your future, whether if you decide to become a doctor, a lawyer, a cosmetologist, an engineer, wherever your path takes you. Always carry that Poultney pride and give your hardest. I'd like to thank everyone again, because I don't know another community that is quite this awesome. Thank you all.
And now I'd like to introduce our valedictorian. She gave a great, I know this will be a little longer than that 1 minute speech, but if you saw it on WCAX last night, great speech, Bella Milazzo.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to extend a warm welcome to those who are able to come watch the commencement for me and my class today, our parents, a select few friends, and the administration. Even though we can't exactly see everyone who came to support us, I think I speak for all my peers when I say that we are so thankful that you're all here with us today. I would also like to officially congratulate those sitting before me waiting to receive their diplomas. I know that today is only a shell of what we imagined it would be. Some of us have been dreaming about graduation for years, either because we couldn't wait to leave this town, or because it marks the day we finally get to grow up. This pandemic has taken so much from us, and I know that sounds ignorant knowing how many people it's taken from this world, but these are supposed to be the last few months of our childhood. It was our last time to truly connect before leaving behind our youth forever. Some of us may never return to Poultney, and some probably can't imagine ever leaving. But regardless, our final opportunity to say goodbye is being overshadowed by COVID. However, I am grateful that my diploma will not be coming via PDF file and that I'm not giving this speech over Zoom. Some of us have been together since we were toddlers. We've experienced everything together, grown together, and seen each other change for better or for worse. Some cities might think it's crazy that we all know where each other's houses are and that we know personal details about each other's lives that in some places would just be considered gossip. But I cannot imagine going to a school where I could be standing here now, looking out at all of you and see unfamiliar faces. I'm grateful to have gone to a school like Poultney, where we get to have pep rallies and skit night and fit our entire high school in the gym to support our basketball team. I am grateful that we get to honor every student who makes the honor roll, and that making it to and winning important games is celebrated with praise through town. I wouldn't trade any of it to go to a school with bigger or better opportunities, because being from a small town has made my life better. Knowing all of you has made my life better. If my parents had made one life choice differently, and I had grown up in New York like my dad, I know that I would be a very different person than I am today. I would not have built these lifelong connections and gotten to participate in traditions that I will carry with me forever. There's a high chance I would walk into the grocery store and not get to make small talk with one of my best friends as she checks me out at the register, or recognize everyone by the car they're driving, and not just because everyone takes taxis in the city. Even if growing up, the smallest fish in the biggest pond would have opened more doors for me, I would not go back and give up the life I've had here, where bonfires and driving around aimlessly is considered fun, for a chance at a more successful future. I hope that someday, if I choose to have kids of my own, that they will get to grow up in a town like Poultney, where everyone can grow to feel like family, as you all have for me. We are who we are today because of the relationships we've made with one another, because of how we've impacted each other's lives. In 2 years, we might only be something we reminisce on when we miss home. In 5 years, we may wonder where our lives took us, and in 10, some of us might never think of each other again. Regardless of who loves and hates and cares for each other now, whether or not any of us reconnect in the future, we get to say that we knew each other in our defining moments. That may not mean much to us now, as we sit here with the world at our feet, given that the world reopens sometime soon, but it will in 50 years when we are wishing for the good old days to come back. So, class of 2020, I leave you with one bit of advice. Do not ever let anyone tell you that you aren't good enough. No matter how far out your dreams may seem, reach for them anyway. Use your fear of failure and disappointing those around you as fuel to accomplish amazing things. If I had listened to the few people who told me I could not meet my goals, I would not be following my dream to Villanova this fall. The only one actually getting in the way of your future is you. I promised myself I wasn't going to quote Grey's Anatomy for all your sakes, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't, so have some fire. Be unstoppable. Be a force of nature. Be better than anyone here, and don't give a damn what anyone else thinks. Congratulations to you all. I can't wait to see where this amazingly unpredictable life may take us.
Good evening, everyone. I would typically have children coming up and getting awards from me, but not this year. So afterwards, everyone, you'll be able to pick them up at the end of the stage. I just want to say congratulations. I know this isn't what we would have planned, but I'm so very proud of all of you for finishing strong and being resilient and being here. I'm very, very proud of you. The Valedictorian clock is awarded to Isabella Malazzo. The Salutatorian clock is awarded to Jacob Mcmahon. The Poultney Women's Club Scholarship for $500 is awarded to Isabella Malazzo. The Barbara Jean Barker Award for $100 goes to Jacob Mcmahon. The Morningstar Lodge Scholarship is $1,500 each this year, and it was going to 2 students this year, Isabella Malazzo and Jacob McMahon. The Larry Williams Memorial Award goes to Lucas Gloss. The Poultney Rotary Club Russell Williams Jr. Memorial Scholarship for $2,000 goes to 3 students this year. Typically it goes to 2, but because of the way things ended this year, they really wanted to support 3 students. Jacob DeBonis, Jacob McMahon, and Isabella Malazzo. The Rotary National Honor Society Awards for $50 each go to Caden Capman, Jacob DeBonis, Thomas Dunbar Jr., Bailey Ickes, Jacob McMahon, Isabella Malazzo, Lauren Schreiber, Katerina Scribner, Kelly Stone, Cody White, and Anita Williams. The Debbie Keyser Memorial Scholarship for $600 is awarded to Anita Williams. The Sally Fennell Memorial Scholarship Award goes to Jacob McMahon for $500. The Revive Church Generosity Scholarship for $200 goes to Cassidy Mack. The Modern Woodmen of America awarded $1,400 to Thomas Dunbar Jr. The St. Raphael's Ladies Guild awarded $50 each to Jacob DeBonis and Sierra Smith. The Adam N. Maslach Trust Scholarship for $2,500 is awarded to Isabella Malazzo. The Class of 2000 Alumni Scholarship, a one-time scholarship based on donations for $820, goes to Jacob DeBonis. The Scott Fry Award for $50 goes to Kelly Stone. The Betty Phillips Hooper Awards for $200 each, which is voted on by the faculty, goes to Jacob McMahon and Bailey Ickes. The Governor Phil Hoff Vermont Honor Scholarship for $1,000 was awarded to Anita Williams. The Faith and Family Award for $1,000 goes to Bailey Ickes. The Evelyn Monroe School Spirit Award goes to Thomas Dunbar Jr. At Stafford Technical Center, the Director's Award for $100 was presented to Thomas Dunbar Jr. I will also announce the athletic graduation awards. The Varsity Sportsmanship Awards go to Cassidy Mack and Heath Mason. The William Corbett Hughes Award goes to Jacob DeBonis. The Athletic Academic Awards go to Isabella Malazzo and Jacob McMahon. The Dean W. Houghton Scholarships for $250 go to Isabella Malazzo and Caden Capman. The Athletic Director's Distinguished Student Athlete Award goes to Caden Capman. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everybody, and I want to echo what both McMahon and Bella mentioned up here about what a wonderful community this is. Many of these awards are local community awards, and being a small town, it's just amazing the support that we have for the community, so we thank you, the community, very much for everything. And if your name was called for one of those awards, or if you were an athlete this year, please come up afterwards to the table down here, and we have stuff for you. Ian Ian Lynch, we need you to come up too. So at this time, it is my honor and pleasure to announce the seniors to come up and get their diploma, please. Delecta A. Ballantyne. Savannah Lee Joyce Bapty. Caden David Catman. He'll get you now. Jessica Charles. Very proud of you. Jacob DeBonis. This one I get the hand out. This one I actually get to hand out. Yeah. Thomas Hugh Dunbar Jr. Lucas Christopher Dupel. Lucas James Gloss. Bailey Grace Ickes. Jordan Lee Jones. Colin F. Lynch. Ian C. Lynch. My pleasure. No, seriously. Cassidy Mary Dora Mack. Heath J. Mason. Jacob David Mcmahon. Congratulations, McMahon. Awesome speech. Isabella Angeli Milazzo. By the way, congratulations. Alexis Elaine Montgomery. Chelsea Lynn Parker. Haley May Reed. Congratulations. Lindsay Cheyenne Reed. Anastasia Marie Sargent. Congratulations. Lauren Rose Schreiber. I got it. Katerina Patricia Scribner. I almost did it just to see what you would do. Ashley Lynn Sears. Sierra Rose Smith. Kelly Elizabeth Stone. Cody L. White. Yeah, we can shake hands. Jordan Tanner White. Anita Marie Williams. Before I introduce the class of 2020 to everybody, I first want to thank all the parents, family, and community members for not ideal. We should be outside of the football field sitting in chairs right now, but we're here. I thank you for your support with this. This is much better than we would have had about 2 weeks ago. So someone said to me back in April when they first shut down the schools, what are you going to do? And I said, one way or the other, our kids are going to walk across the stage and get a diploma. And here we are today. So, students, class of 2020, make sure you thank the family for all the support they've given you, both academically, the rides to practices and games, and the help with everything that they've done for you for the last years. Make sure you appreciate that. You make sure you reach out and thank them for that. So now, Mcmahon and Bella, come on up. Seniors, please stand. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you Poultney High School's 83rd graduating class, the class of 2020.